Good afternoon and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care and Providence Holy Cross Medical Center. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Kevin MacDonald,
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And speaking of quality of life, my first guest this morning is my co-host, Kevin MacDonald from the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center.
All right.
Good heavens, we're seeing a lot of each other.
Yes, we are. Well, you're stopping by the Senior Center more often, Barbara, or else it appears that way.
Yes.
So wait, he's a co-host and a guest.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes. Isn't that nice?
We call that multitasking.
That's what happens when you become a senior. You're multitasking. That's all right.
Yeah, we do all kinds of things,
That's
don't
right,
we?
we do.
Even more than we did when we were younger.
That's
I
right.
tell you.
Like you say, we're not old.
No, we're just older.
Yeah.
Older, that's right. Okay, Kevin, what's on the docket?
Well, I saw you yesterday, but I interrupted your seating crowd. So Barbara surrounded yesterday by 7 other people in the middle of the Bella Vita ballroom, a classic situation. I was afraid to go up to her because she was...
Was she dancing again?
She wasn't dancing this time.
Okay.
But she was chatting away, and I had to interrupt her just to say good morning, or good afternoon at that point. And she was eating down her shrimp yesterday.
Oh, that was outstanding. Oh,
Who goes out and gets a shrimp? That's what I want to know. Do they have you drive out to the coast and just start with the net? Or
chef?
I don't know. I don't question our chefs. They just get some good stuff.
Oh.
And they served up a great shrimp meal yesterday, and you were
But-
sitting down enjoying it. And
I was. But every meal there is good. It really is.
How many shrimp did you have, you think?
6.
You're exactly right, Barbara, because that's how
You're
we planned
watching
it
her.
out.
6.
No,
Yeah,
because
but
we're
then-
back in the
and-
kitchen, and I asked the same question: how many shrimp are you putting in there? And they do the shrimp, and everything else.
They were enormous. I had to cut mine in 3 pieces.
Is it like prawns? The bigger shrimp? No.
They were great big ones.
Wow.
Like I said, I couldn't eat even a half of one. I had to cut them in 3 pieces, and it took me forever to eat the shrimp.
That's why you were hanging out there for 2 hours, Barbara.
You guys are living it up over there.
Oh, it's a great place to go. It really is. I urge every senior in this community to go there because it's wonderful. They have all kinds of programs going on, things for seniors to do. I mean, playing cards and playing bingo and shuffleboard and, oh, good heavens.
Eating seafood, yeah.
And
Yeah,
eating
eating
seafood.
seafood.
So you ran into her.
Yeah,
at the
just
center.
I went over to chat and say hi there and see how our table was doing, and they're doing great. We had almost 500 people, or 400 people in the ballroom yesterday to come and enjoy our wonderful lunch. And then we have a pickup window. We had over 500 people there. And then also in our Meals on Wheels program, we hit almost 500 yesterday. So we served an awful lot of meals yesterday.
1,500
Yeah,
plus.
over 1,500. And we love when people come and just enjoy.
And it really is. I urge every senior in this community to contact the Senior Center, 259-9444.
You got it.
I'm going to call him right now.
That's
I
a
need to go
number
over
I
there.
will never,
Yeah.
ever forget, ever. But call them and go over there and eat some lunch. It is delicious,
Wow.
no matter what.
But Barbara, what I noticed yesterday, it wasn't just always about lunch. It's about the socialization that occurs.
Yes.
And it's getting people out of their homes to come and socialize and meet some new friends. And Barbara's surrounded by 7 people. Some knew her, some did not know her. And
Yes.
that's what happens when we join together at a table and welcome people for that table. And they come in different times and things like that. But it's also
That's
about
right.
just getting to know people, and the warmth of the people that are there is just fantastic. And if someone's looking, how do I meet someone? Or how do I just share my life story with somebody? This is a place to do it. And our lunch is open from 10:30 to 1 Monday through Friday. And everyone is welcome. If you're 60 and over, all you have to do is sign up our little county form and you are in.
Absolutely.
And it's as
Great.
simple as that.
And
so,
it's worth every minute and every penny.
So if you know anyone sitting at home, anyone that's lonely, anyone that you just got, you don't have to come 5 days a week. A couple times a week
No,
is
a
fine.
couple of times a week, yes, it's fine.
And just enjoy that socialization. Such a big part. Our chefs come. Our executive chef is used to work at UCLA, and when he sort of retired from UCLA, we stole him, and he works over at the Galloway Homes right next to us. And he's put together a great culinary team. And Cindy Smith is our other executive chef, and those two together really make the meals happen with Frank, who's our sous chef, and Trevor and Kyle and everybody else in the kitchen over there. They may be listening. And then they're surrounded by volunteers. As I was there today, they were shuffling out and plating up with these great volunteers that we have there. So we need those volunteers to come in and help us out because we can't have all that many staff. So the volunteers really make it happen for us.
Oh, they do. Well, the ladies who pick up the dishes from the tables and bring out food and whatever, they're all volunteers.
Some volunteers, some are staff. Our barista is run by a volunteer. Our welcome crew is run by a volunteer.
You got a barista there as well?
Yes, you're kidding. Yes.
Jeez.
So come up and get your coffee that
Really
you want,
fancy.
anything special that you want, and we want to make it an experience because we don't want to be
Yes.
we don't want to be your grandfather's senior center. We want to be something special. And our food, our chefs, and our service staff, our front of the house people that take care of people and serve everyone. There's very few senior centers in the county that you can just sit down and then you are served the way we're providing this service.
So I've got a question. Again, the senior center here is a jewel in Santa Clarita. When did it first start?
Well, that's a good question because it really started technically 50 years ago next year. We're going to be celebrating our 50th
50
anniversary.
years.
Wow.
My husband, Russ, was the first one who was. We were part of the co-founding team of the senior center, and how it happened is Russ was a elementary school principal, and he loved to go to all of the kids' classes and talk with the kids and see how they're doing, and so many of the kids there told him that their grandpa and grandma didn't have any place to go. They couldn't go eat. If they wanted to go out to eat lunch or something, they didn't have any place to go other than a restaurant, which was so expensive. And sometimes they couldn't get there. And so Russ spoke with Mike Antonovich, the county supervisor
Sure.
at the time, Joanne Darcy, his official person up here, and a group of them got together and started the senior center, which was that old building on Market Street.
Yeah, they established
And
it, Barbara,
they-
actually, in 1976. They established themselves
Yes.
as a private nonprofit organization.
Wow.
With support from the county and great support from the city. And then at the time, the county let them use a piece of property that they had over on Market Street. And that became the original senior center. And that lasted till 2019 when we moved out and built our new building on Golden Valley Road. So we were there for over 40 years, had a great time there, served us well during the time, but we got too big for
Yeah.
that county building. We're grateful for the county for the building, and then they helped us build a new one. And in April 2019 is when we opened up our brand new building.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
It's not just bingo.
No.
it's-
You know,
There's just
I mean,
so much more going on
you
in that
think
place.
that, but it's not.
Right. And as you walk through the hallways of Bella Vita, when you stop into our lounge and sit by a fireplace, and then you walk through the building, and you just go down room after room, from the lecture hall to the dance hall. There's two dance halls, to the fitness center, full gym there, to the billiards
And
room,
a fantastic
to
library.
arts and crafts, just so much more.
The library there is full of books. There's two walls full of books. I mean, full
Wow.
of books. And people in there, men and women in there, reading books.
People still read books.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I do. Which I've gotten from the senior
Right.
center.
So, if I'm a senior, and I am a senior actually, how do I go about joining and being able to come in and out as I please?
The best thing to do is just walk in and talk to our front desk. We have 3 staff there. It's like walking into the Hilton and meeting with
Yes.
our staff, and you walking down saying, what's your life like? And what would you like to do with your life? And do you want to test out some classes first? And we'll get you signed up for a couple classes. You can try them, and no long-term commitment for that. So, and then you
Just
can
like
sign up
that.
for food the same day. You can have a meal the same day. If you fill out our little county forms, you can do that.
I want to come when there's shrimp, though.
There we go.
Beat Barbara to it.
And
Well, I don't know.
when-
We got egg salad today, and that's going to sell out too. So you never know.
Well, the other thing too is once you walk into that front door, you can look to your left and see a very, very, very large living room with all kinds of sofas and chairs. They have a fireplace in there, a television in there, and it's just so comfortable sitting in there because you can't help but chat with whoever's sitting next to you or across from you or around you. It's so nice. It really is.
And
it's just wonderful.
Air conditioning as well.
Oh yes.
And air conditioning, yes.
Oh,
yes.
This time of year
In the
especially,
midst
place
of the
to go.
heat, we're definitely doing that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yes.
and there's just so much to do. We just added. We have karaoke this year. We introduced a cinema time this year. We have just added some new things. We have jewelry making.
Oh.
We have a new social hour. We have strength training for seniors as well. And we just picked up CHP is going to come in and help us with smart driving classes.
Oh, that is incredible.
And that's brand new stuff for this year that we're offering, along with our classics. You know, like I said, in the afternoons, the card games, they took over 3 rooms. So if you're into that, they got the needle crafters. They meet on Friday. So if you're into needle crafting, just join these ladies in their big room, and they'll work with you and teach you and train you. So those activities are just bustling every day, and we have a lot of overflow rooms because most of our things sell out. So if you're doing Tai Chi one day, you can do the sit and be fit and sit in a chair and learn how to do the stretching. I walked into today, and the room was full of people stretching and doing their exercises with our incredible instructors that we have there.
You got to keep moving.
You got to keep moving, and that's what it's all about.
You drive into that parking lot. My son took me there yesterday. He said, "Mom, who do all these cars belong to?" And I
Right.
said, "Those are members of the senior center who come and participate. They play golf, they play bingo, all kinds of games." And that parking lot was almost full. It's just incredible, the numbers of people who go there, men and women.
Do the families get involved too?
Sure, and people are welcome to bring their loved ones to lunch. They'll have to pay for them, but yes, they're welcome to do that. And we have a lot of sons and daughters coming in and saying, "I need something for my mom and dad," because they're staying at home.
That's great.
And they got the sons and daughters advocating. And once we work with the sons and daughters, and then they can bring their parents in one at a time or both together and just take a nice tour and see if it's a fit for you. We think it's a fit for a lot of people, but if it's not, that's okay too. But at least come and try it.
What are the operating hours?
Pretty much from 8 to 4:30 every day, Monday through Friday. We don't do weekends.
Okay.
On weekends, we do different things like concerts. Like this weekend, we sold out Santana. Tribute band is coming into town, and 400 people will pack the ballroom on Saturday night and listen to some great music by the tribute band for Santana. Next month in July, we have Johnny Cash tribute band coming in.
Nice.
And then we have Jimmy Buffett tribute band coming in August.
Oh,
So
Isn't that
every
terrific?
month
For all
we do
you-
a different concert.
parrot heads out there.
That's right, for all the parrot heads. We started doing concerts during COVID, and we picked it up. We're going on over 60 concerts we've had at the Senior Center.
Jeez.
With real wonderful bands that we pay some good money for them to come out. We want professionals to be, providing that music to our seniors. And we work with a guy named Mr. Rock and Roll out of LA. He gets us the acts, and they come up to Santa Clarita to perform for seniors.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's wonderful.
So
Yeah.
anyway, we're looking forward to tomorrow night and looking forward to Johnny Cash coming in July as well. So
Yes.
Johnny Cash. Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
That'll be great. That's, I mean,
So,
Yeah.
so we have the fun, and that's really great. I just came out of a meeting, and I'm still, buzzing a little bit because I met with some of our social workers. Actually, there's about 15 people in the room of our social workers, and they're working with seniors throughout the county almost, trying to meet their needs. And those who are in crisis, we're doing some really, really great work. So one thing we have for all seniors is counselors, someone to talk to if you need help. If you're struggling in life as a senior, you need to call the Senior Center and meet with one of our staff.
so you guys do offer emotional support. And,
Absolutely. And
Oh.
That's important.
We do it in groups. Barbara's a member of one of our groups, and we also do it individually.
And they also have seniors who make telephone calls.
I've heard of that.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, anyone who gets a
Really?
Meals on Wheels also gets a telephone call. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a checking on you.
Sure.
So we know you're home. We know you're alone. We know you're homebound. How are you doing today? And that's the purpose of those important phone calls that go out too.
Give us the phone number over there again, because it's amazing.
661-259-9444.
And that's here in Santa Clarita.
That's here in Santa Clarita. We serve Santa Clarita Valley and also the Antelope Valley.
And the location?
27180 Golden Valley Road in Santa Clarita.
Up on a hill.
Yeah, it's nice up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
really nice,
beautiful.
And
The
we also,
scenery.
Barbara, you probably know this, we started a new website recently, and that's really well organized, and you can find anything on this website that you need about the Senior Center. It's important to check that out well, because you can make reservations for classes and do all sorts of things on the website. And let me give you the name for that website. It's scvseniorcenter.org. We made it very simple this time.
That is
Good.
very simple.
scvseniorcenter.org. Check it out. You can learn all about us. And then the best thing to do is come on in anytime. You don't need an appointment. We just want you to walk through the doors and experience what we call Bella Vita.
Nice.
Bella Vita, and it definitely is beautiful up there. It really is. The building itself, I mean, you could get on your hands and knees and paddle around the building. It's that nice.
And there are suggestion boxes, I understand.
Yep. We want to get opinions, and we ask for opinions from people all the time about how we can do better and what they need. And that's why we keep diversifying our programs to meet their needs.
And there's also a piece of paper on the all of the tables in the cafeteria or the dining room, and it has information for you to fill out of what you would like to see and suggestions and that kind of thing. So it's open to everyone. It really is.
Yeah.
This
All
is so
the
cool.
seniors in this community, everyone needs to go there at some point because you will absolutely fall in love with the place.
How did you get involved, Kevin, with the senior center?
I was basically involved with another organization for 24 years serving people with developmental disabilities in Downey. And then I came up here because I heard they were building a new center and wanted to start some new things. So I came up and applied for the job 9 years ago and joined them to help them build the building, raise some money for it, and then we took off from there. And then life has been changing all for the better for me since then. Thank goodness for that.
And you met Barbara, obviously.
And I met Barbara, yes. And
He had no choice.
It's nice hanging out with somebody who knows the whole history and was there at the beginning and knows what the mission of the organization is to serve seniors. And we meet with our staff every day. We have 120 staff, and we keep pushing our mission. It's to just serve the seniors and whatever it takes to make them happy, to bring them joy in their life. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So some really, really good stuff going on.
Oh,
The other
yes.
things, we have other programs that people don't check out too much. That's a handy worker program. So we fix up seniors' homes and those who are low income.
Really?
That's one big program we have. We have an adult day program for folks with Alzheimer's, another program we have. And like I said before, we have a lot of counselors that are helping out. So we're more than just a food place. We have so many different activities and social workers and handy workers and adult day programs. So many things going on at the senior center, and it's all for the seniors, and most everything is free. And so we need them to take advantage of it in this community.
Again, folks, it's not just bingo.
Oh, no.
So much more.
Oh, so much more.
It's amazing.
It,
Absolutely
it
amazing.
really is. And they have a beautiful seating area in the middle. It's an alcove, and it has chairs and tables and great big umbrellas. And a lot of times they have the concerts out there.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And it's two floors.
Right.
Two
Two
stories?
stories.
Mm-hmm. So you got a first floor and a second floor?
Right.
How
It's
big-
not no residential, but for a lot of administrative offices and social work offices, and all the activities are on the first floor, of course. So really, really good things happening. We also honor our veterans quite a bit throughout the year. Veterans Day,
Yes.
Vietnam Veterans Day, and it's our 250th anniversary. So we're doing something special in October for our veterans as well.
Isn't it 250 years?
Wow.
I was watching the Army program on
Oh, on Sunday?
on Sunday.
Or Saturday.
Oh,
Was
was
it
it Saturday
Saturday?
or Sunday? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Time sort of goes bye-bye.
I think it was Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
I remember sitting and watching it. It was fascinating.
Oh.
It really was. It was wonderful watching all of those soldiers. Oh my goodness.
A wonderful tribute, for sure.
It really was. It
So
was a
we're going to
wonderful
continue to, we just continue to tribute our veterans. So on their anniversary in October, we just booked for the veterans. We'll be able to come to the Senior Center, Bella Vita, and we have a team together of veterans putting together a really nice show for them that night.
Oh, cool.
And dinner and everything else just to honor that special birthday for all of them. And throughout the year, we're kind of a home for veterans in many ways, and we honor them
Yes.
throughout the year. So that's such an important part of our population that we want to continue to take care of them and to honor them throughout their time.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. It really does.
Oh, yeah.
And going into that dining area during lunch, everyone has a smile on their face.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's enjoying the food because the food is outstanding. It really is. Those two chefs go out of their way, and they do a marvelous job. I just hope we don't lose them anytime soon.
Nope, we'll try to hold on to them. We're going to try to hold on. We have
Just
120.
hope they don't get a better job somewhere.
We have 120 incredible staff. We have 220 volunteers each month.
Jeez.
So we are well supported by all those individuals who try to make life better for each individual, one senior at a time. We're called Bella Vita, which means beautiful life, and our goal is to bring a beautiful life to all of our seniors. And that's what we try to do. And we're entering our 50th year in the community as a private nonprofit organization.
And you're there every day as well.
Yes, we're there every day.
It takes a lot of work to put together something like this.
Yeah, it sure does. And a great team approach and great people that we have working for us because they care. They care about this community, and the community supports us. And we are grateful for all the community support we receive from the county, the city, the state, and individuals.
It's the SCV Senior Center, folks. Check it out. Give them the information again.
SCV Senior Center, the website is scvseniorcenter.org. The phone number is, Barbara?
661-259-9444.
All right, we need to take a break now. I'm Kevin MacDonald with my co-host, Barbara Cochran, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host
Kevin MacDonald.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And our guest now is Omar Pinedo of Ulrich Lifestyle.
Hi there. Yeah,
Welcome. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
Yes, and
Nice to come on the show.
tell us about your company and what you do.
Yeah. So I am, we're out of Santa Clarita. We do have 4 stores in California. We're also out in Virginia and Texas. All of our California items are made here. So we are built in California, close to Bakersfield and Arvin. Our Santa Clarita store has been there. It used to be Dry Creek. Company did absorb it. Acquired back in, I believe, in like 2015, 2017. And my role there is a designer. So I get to walk people through and design the perfect structure for them. It's a really neat thing to do.
So we're talking about miniature houses.
A mixture of stuff. So from your basic storage shed to miniature houses, and then here in a little bit, I'll talk about a couple new products as well.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
And this company has a great family history. Could you share that history with us? Because you guys have really, from a long time ago till now, and how that's developed.
Yeah. So Ulrich's been around for a while. It did start in Kentucky. They used to do missionary work out in Costa Rica. So a lot of good faith-based stuff, really helping out community and stuff like that, and making those type of storage in buildings for people in need. And then when the family had started that out in Kentucky, they ended up moving into Texas, and then they saw the niche for making some lifestyle structure buildings, not just your storage sheds, and doing a really quality build. So it did start off making it in one of the owner. Right now it's Jonathan, who's the son. His dad is the one who started it all, and right in his brother's house, they were building sheds right in front. Almost similar to the story of the company they had acquired with Dry Creek as well, with Willard Martin too. So it's kind of nice that things aligned together, and a lot of good stories I'm sure came out of it. Yeah, a big family based, and we actually have a work company picnic this Saturday too, so I'll get to meet a lot of other people as well that day too.
Now, are you part of the family or an employee?
I'm an employee, but it does feel like family. So that's the nice part. We do a lot of meetings together, and yeah, so I'm an employee, but the family definitely still have a few people there that do work. By the time Jonathan, the owner and CEO, he did buy out his dad's shares and his uncle's shares as well.
Ooh.
And he turned it into what it is now. Working with a company with Byler Barnes, he acquired that one. That's been around for about 45 years in Virginia.
My goodness, this is enormous, isn't it?
So with all that, I mean, we're talking about decades and decades of experience of building, of all the changes too throughout the years, right? So it's a really nice company to work for.
Oh, and how'd you get involved yourself? How'd you land there?
I actually was in healthcare prior to this, but I've always worked with hands. I have uncles that were electricians back. I've helped set pools. I've always loved working with my hands, but I've also, family-wise, we're a lot of engineers. So I'm not designing them in myself of actually building and doing any CAD files or anything like that, but I do get to design it with the customer in hand and figuring out exactly where we're going to go about builds and stuff and what.
So do you talk to customers about what they want in that little house?
Oh yeah. So we can do a basic shell for them or go all the way finished out and do from electric work to lighting and everything too.
Wow.
Now, are these fully assembled, or can people buy them as a kit, or how does that work?
So we've had some exceptions for kids. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. We'll look for that hopefully soon. But yeah, they are. We'll build them at a factory and bring them in, or we will do an on-site build if we aren't able to deliver an entire unit, and then we'll build at the person's house, especially in certain areas in Santa Clarita, Valencia, and stuff like that. And we're all the way up out to Paso Robles, all the way in that area as well too. So.
Well,
It
so
just
you
depends.
can actually build the house on the property.
Yeah, and there'll be a team of guys. They build it up in a day.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
Oh, that's almost unbelievable.
And you have a great title. I love your title, Lifestyle Structure Designer. So you're going to structure my life.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And that's what it is, too. So it's not just about a storage shed or a building or, in case, sometimes an ADU. It is their lifestyle structure. It is something that gives families access to either the garage, right? It's a place where people build memories. It's a place where you tell stories. It's a place for the host their grandkids. So it is really a lifestyle.
And what do people come to you? What's some interesting lifestyle choices they've made that you design?
Yeah, we've had some people up in Big Bear who wanted to rent them out. So he got a couple of them out. So there's business investments as well that we see too. And he turns one into just your basic common bathroom shower, really does it up. And then he has 3 other ones as properties for people to come stay the night. And beds and stuff like that too.
Wow.
That's incredible.
So you can do man caves
We could do man caves
and she sheds.
and she sheds a lot.
Man caves and she sheds.
No, it's your own private space, Barbara.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So my house is a she shed?
Well, no, this is an accessory to your house.
Yeah, the accessory
yeah.
building would be the
Yes.
she
A
shed.
she shed.
Your building is your building.
My home.
That is
My
your home.
But
That's
what-
why the man cave comes around.
Yeah.
The man
But what
cave.
can you put in that backyard that meets the needs of your family, right?
Exactly.
Depending on what season of life your family's in, whether
Correct.
older adults or with young kids.
Yeah,
So
and
you're
then
looking at what can we do to make your house even better.
exactly like
Yeah, it's
people have
interesting.
land.
Yeah, it's interesting. My neighbor across the street, she has 2 sons. One is in and out, and the other one was living in her home, but it was very uncomfortable because he's mentally a little, not quite there. So they bought one of those little homes and put it in their backyard, and that's where he stays.
Okay.
And he has a bathroom, a kitchen, and a living room that has a large sofa that pulls into a bed. And he's got it made.
Yeah.
Plus a big TV on one wall, and he's a happy camper back there. He really is.
Yeah.
And he has enough room, and when his girlfriend comes to visit, she can stay there also instead of staying in the main house. So it's just incredible. And they've had theirs for probably about 6 years now.
Oh wow.
Can we
And,
say tiny homes?
You can
I
say
mean-
yeah, we could say that. The tiny homes ends up getting a lot of people end up choosing those ones to be on wheels, things like that. So
Yeah.
ours are movable. They're what we call on skids, so we can move them around and stuff like
Yes.
that. We'll adjust and stuff like that too. So you could take it to a different home as well, so if you do decide to move. So it could come with you.
Yeah, but
Are you seeing a surge in home offices or anything like that with many people working from home now?
Very much so. I mean, I even have someone close to me. My brother-in-law ended up getting one for his work from home, and he wanted to separate instead of the distractions that he could find in his house. And he has a really big house, and he ended up getting a work home. In that case, we weren't able to build it on site. I found the perfect one for him, already finished out AC and painted and everything, and we ended up craning it in. So it was interesting. It was my first time actually hooking up an entire building to a rig onto a crane and lifting it over a 2-story house.
Wow.
And setting it in.
Well, that must have been a sight to see. Wow.
I was
But
supposed to do
it's-
some recording of it, but I'm also helping. So I had to, the only fear was standing underneath the building and trying to get it leveled in. And that was, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That must have been amazing to see this massive screw. Oh, wow. I
What is-
can't imagine
What
that.
is the permitting process for this? So city level.
Yeah, so for all of California, it is 120 square feet. So anything bigger than that, and then it also depends on your municipal counties, and then determining on what we're doing with the building. So all of it comes down to what is the building?
Mm-hmm.
Is it an ADU? Is it a work office? That changes on how the permitting goes. We also help. We would do the permitting as well, or we sometimes do customer managed. We let the customer. It also depends. Some people, it's a lot easier for the customer depending on the county, and sometimes it's easier for the business side to do the permitting.
So,
So we're
you
flexible.
you have that same operation going on here in Santa Clarita.
Correct.
And what can I see in Santa Clarita? Because I saw some pictures on your website. When we go to your Santa Clarita office, what can we see?
So we have a couple finished out offices. I have this really nice garden cottage, actually a cabana with a porch. It's the only one I have with a porch, but we'll see if we're going to get a bigger one coming in soon. We're actually in the mix of doing a lot change. So we're going to get that new product that we're talking about. So I can give you a sneak peek. We're getting a tiki bar, and it'll be almost looking like the inside. It's going to be pine wood on the outside, and it's going to be a pressurized door opening. So once those get in, we're just waiting for sometimes certain delays with ordering certain things. So once that comes in, hopefully we'll do a snack bar with it,
Wow, that's fascinating.
and then a greenhouse actually.
So these are custom to your needs.
Exactly. Custom to needs and certain parameters that we have to stick to, right? So for building quality and all that such. But we pretty much, we like to say personalize versus customize. We like to personalize it out for what that person needs.
What's the craziest one you guys have done?
The craziest one would be the next one. No, it is.
The tiki bar.
The tiki bar was actually kind of, yeah. So right now, the first one they did that. That is a very new product. They did it. I remember I mentioned we were having a company picnic coming up this Saturday. They rolled out that product for the company picnic out in Texas, over where our headquarters is at.
Whoa.
So hopefully we'll get one here in our lot soon, and maybe at some baseball fields for a snack bar, and then who knows, people's homes.
And you really take the advantage of, most people have the pergolas, right?
Yeah.
In their backyard. And there's can be so much more of that. And I think that's what you guys can really steer us in that direction for a lifestyle change of just instead of just having that.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can get some shade, of course, right? You can have a pergola, you can have an awning, but having a lifestyle structure building, that is also an accessory building that you can move, and then just personalize out exactly how you want it to. And then we do just such good builds and stuff like that. So it's beautiful to see what people do with them.
Now, barbers from England, they drink a lot of tea there in the afternoon, tea time, right? What about a gazebo?
Oh, yeah. So we could do something similar like a gazebo. We do like, our buildings are different. It's not a gazebo-ish.
Yeah.
But we would do something similar. And then, like I said, we could personalize it out. We can do quite a bit of stuff to give you that access to do your tea time. Or maybe we can do a half and half building with the greenhouse and another space to do a tea time into a garden and give you that full effect.
Just a place to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, it sounds fascinating, doesn't it? You don't have any pictures of anything here, do you?
I didn't bring any. I didn't know.
But tell us about your website, because I was on your website this morning.
Yeah.
Tell us about your website. How do I get to it?
So, ulrichlifestyle.com. And then we have our different stores. Feel free to just do the drop-down arrow for the sheds for Santa Clarita store, or a Google search to Ulrich Santa Clarita, and that'll bring right up to our website. And you'll be able to look at our lot. We also have stuff in inventory. We have pre-builds, also have pre-owned, really good prices and clearances going on right now for those. And we can get your needs, dreams, and wants, and help you out with what you envision in your backyard. It's
Say
really
that again.
fun.
Or what? All of our needs, dreams, and wants?
Needs, dreams, and wants.
Needs, dreams, and wants. I never.
You can't steal
That's
that,
new.
Kevin.
I want to steal
Yeah,
that.
no, you can't use that. No.
I forgot to mention budget, but we'll talk about that once we get there.
I like the fact that they're movable,
Yes.
which is great. So you guys basically just tear them apart. And then,
We don't tear them apart because of the structure of the building. It is sound. We have warrantied out. That's one thing that sets us apart from other companies too. We start at a 10-year warranty building, and we go up to 15 and 20, depending on different level trims.
Whoa.
We can mix and match foundation, security, climate, down to the roof pitch itself. That all changes with the selection you go with, depending on a different series you can do. So we don't ever take them down. I have seen one garage we've ever done, and there's always exceptions in almost
Sure.
everything, right?
yes.
You're going to get an asterisk
yes.
here and there. But because of the build quality and everything. So we'll end up doing, our guy who ends up delivering and installing it, he does amazing work. He can put it over a fence. We try not to put him in these pickles, right? We want to make sure he
Right.
can, get the building exactly where you want and not have him sweat it out too. But he uses just a small mule with a forklift that actually has these hooks and wheels on the other side, and he can maneuver it and turn it and put it exactly in place.
And if you decide not to take it with you, you can leave it, and I'm thinking add property value, right?
Exactly. So ours do, because of their being up to code and being the quality build and the amount of lumber we put in ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when people finish them out and turn them these work offices.
Wow.
Give us your website again.
So that is
Sure.
ulrichlifestyle.com. And then Google search would be Ulrich Santa Clarita store.
Wow. Only available through you.
Correct.
So we need to check it out. Like I said, I checked out the website. So many different options. I'm thinking about it. We have many ranches out here in Santa Clarita, and so many options for those families as well. So
Oh, yeah.
Right. We also do horse barns.
I was going to say, yeah.
So there are other things that we do, garages, and we do cabins in Texas. I know there are some exceptions. We'll end up doing a cabin in California, maybe down the line, hopefully maybe next year. Permitting and such, and California rules, that kind of changes certain things. But feel free to take a look at the website for those things as well. The horse barns we can deliver anywhere in the United States.
all right, we're going to check that out. We need to take a break now. I'm Kevin MacDonald with my co-host, Barbara Cochran, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host
Kevin MacDonald.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And our guest now, we are going to continue, is Omar Pineda from Ulrich Lifestyle. And continue, we were going to talk about something. What was it? That's what happens
So many
as
different
you get
products that
older.
you have.
Yeah, no, where can we start? But we're mentioning something about
Swimming pools,
Yeah,
and
some-
that's right.
yeah. So in a swimming pool area, right, there's always, you can do just a storage shed for your pool supplies. One of the new products that we're also rolling out, it's going to be added into a building. So we'll do something similar to a modern studio. So you'll get all the lounge areas for your pool, hang out, maybe a couch set up, or, a nice little retreat. And then next to it, also built into it, will be a storage shed for the pool supplies. So we're not going to take up the space.
Wow.
Of course, we could personalize things out and change it up and do a different wall and things like that. But this will be a new product where the storage shed is built into the building.
How interesting. So you actually build it on the property.
Yeah, and then we'll build it on the property. If we can take a whole building, that'd be nice too in the unit, but we could build right onto the property. We do ask for a little bit of space, right? We can work some magic, but we can, put that building up in a day.
Sounds like you can work a lot of magic from what you've been talking about.
The magic's there. It just, whatever people's ideas we can put down, right? Sometimes it starts off with just a drawing in a napkin, people's ideas, and then we start looking into a design, and then we start with our 3D configurator, which is a really nice thing. We'll send it over to a person, and then they'll get it in an email. And on the bottom, it would be a 3D viewer, and then they can look at it in their property on what it would look like even before they
Wow,
take the building.
that's really interesting to see your property with the addition there
Yeah,
already added onto it.
exactly.
That would be great.
And that's the advantage of technology today, right?
Right, yeah.
You can put it on my property.
Exactly. So we don't want to, I mean, technology is one thing, but we want to be able to use it. It is a tool. So we want to be able to use the tool just like we use our regular, our hammers and nails and everything else that we use to make our buildings. We use technology as well to help us out with that, just to give people that, just that vision of what they're seeing. We can all see stuff in our heads, but once you put it down into fruition and look at it through your eyes and see it in your backyard, that really takes it.
Makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference.
It really does, because then you don't have to wonder what it's going to look like. You can see it right there.
Exactly.
Do you ever come out and assess a home to see what you could do for them?
We do, yes, yeah. We'll make some trips out and then do some measurements. We'll take a look at the land, make sure everything's good to set. We also do it through with Google Maps and stuff like that.
Right.
That'll be able to help us out as well too. But yeah, we do on-site visits to take a look and see.
Because I'm not sure what I want, so I need someone to help me with creativity.
Of course.
How can I enhance my property?
Yeah, exactly.
And you have designers there as well, right?
So I'm the designer there in the Santa Clarita store. I have an advisor who will help out in taking in the information as far as where we're leading the project towards, and then the designer will design out the building and stuff like that. But we have one in each one of our stores. We also have an iNet team doing that as well. If you're just looking at the website and just pitching ideas too.
Wonderful.
And where are your other stores?
So we have one in Bakersfield, Visalia, and Paso Robles.
Okay. And Santa Clarita.
And
Santa
Santa
We're
Clarita.
lucky to have
Right
it
here,
here.
yeah.
Mainly Santa Clarita.
Where in Santa Clarita? What is your address?
So it's 16441 DeLone Street. We're right behind the Denny's. I'm pretty sure most people know where the Denny's is at, in and out.
Oh, yeah.
And we're right there,
okay.
right off the 14 freeway.
Up on Sand Canyon.
Canyon.
Sure.
That's my neck of the woods.
That is.
Over there, yes.
You gotta stop on by.
I don't have room in the backyard.
What about folks that have like a restaurant or property, like a commercial? What do you do for them?
So with those ones too, and we do a lot of things for different companies as well. They end up going even in churches as well too. So we'll move. We did one for a church out here where we put a storage shed and we moved it back and forth for them to the point where like, let's just get you another shed so you don't have to keep worrying about it. Buildings and stuff like that, and they have the land to be able to take one too. So
Yeah.
we see that often. It's really nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Pick up a house, look it over the big house into the backyard. Oh,
And again, if you're a homeowner, obviously, a good addition to your property. I mean, to your home's value.
Yeah,
Too.
and then freeing up that space in that garage so we
Sure.
could finally get the car in there, the tools and stuff like that into one specific location, easier to find. All right, make your life a lot easier as well.
We all like that.
Yep. Lots of great resources. Remind us of your website, how we can get a hold of you. How can we get a design made for our homes?
Of course, so ulrichlifestyle.com or a Google search of Ulrich Santa Clarita. I'll be able to pull up the store, and then feel free to give us a call, reach out. We're available by phone, by email. You can send us a message through the website if you want to reach out to us, and then we'll be able to get your needs, dreams, and wants.
All right. Thank you, Omar. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Pleasure being here.
You've been listening to the Senior Hour on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers Home Care and Providence Holy Cross Medical Center. Now go and enhance your quality of life.